75% of Americans believe the economy is in poor condition. And maybe that's because, again, even though inflation rates have come down, they are still paying more. 63% of people in this poll disapprove of how President Biden is handling the economy. What do you say, Secretary Yellen, to the clear majority of Americans who simply do not believe that the administration is helping them?
Well, you know, Americans know best, I think, about their own personal finances. And it is important to recognize that when they're asked how are they personally doing, over 70% of Americans say that they're very comfortable with their financial situation. So they seem to perceive the economy as a whole as doing less well than they are personally. But most Americans feel good about their own economic situation.
Our new CBS News poll shows widespread pessimism about the economy. Roughly 2/3 describe it as bad. Most say the economy's struggling and uncertain. Personally, 70% of working Americans say those paychecks can't keep up with rising prices. Most say, at best, financially they're staying in place. But more than 1/3 say they're falling behind. Nearly half, 45%, think the Biden administration's actions are increasing inflation.
You set off a frenzy because you ordered a mushroom dish that contains apparently what are considered magic mushrooms that can be hallucinogenic. And so now these wild mushroom dishes are selling out at that restaurant's branches across China. You have sparked all this. May I ask you, I'm just quite curious.
Apparently so.
What was it like, the mushroom experience?
So I went with this large group of people, and the person who had arranged our dinner did the ordering. There was a delicious mushroom dish. I was not aware that these mushrooms had hallucinogenic properties. I learned that later. I can tell you
later, like when you were sleeping and having visions,
mushrooms. Or well, I was read that if the mushrooms are cooked properly, which I'm sure they were at this very good restaurant, that they have no impact.
Gas prices, once again, are soaring. The average price of a gallon of regular hit $3.85. It is its highest level in nearly 10 months, up 28 cents from just 1 month ago. How worried are you about this, Secretary?
Well, we've seen some increase partly because of the summer driving season and global factors, but gas prices are down off their highs over $1.20. So, of course, this is an area of uncertainty, but we're certainly well off the highs.
Let's just think about the compounding effects of this recent inflation crisis. Prices are up 16%. Since Joe Biden took office. For food, they're up 19%. For used car prices, up 30%. Electricity prices up 23%.
According to Moody's, the typical household spent $202 more last month on the same goods and services than it did a year ago, $709 more than 2 years ago. So the rate of inflation has plunged, but prices are still going up, and these are huge numbers for American families. It's real hardship. What do you say to those families? Can you tell them that prices will actually go down?
So I don't want to say that the level of prices will go down, but I think inflation will subside to rates that are quite normal.
And that is Bidenomics.